Moving on now, packets of popular Maggi noodles have been recalled from several cities in Uttar Pradesh after they were found to have potentially harmful ingredients in them. Now, around 12 samples were lifted from Lucknow and sent for testing twice. The samples reveal high levels of toxic lead and monosodium glutamate. For those who do not know this technical language of monosodium glutamate, this in common parlance is actually known as Ajinomoto. It's also the short form or the abbreviation of this is MSG. Now, lead concentration was found to be 17.2 parts per million, nearly 7 times the permissible limit of 2.5. MSG is often added for flavor. However, it is harmful in excess quantities. Despite the recall, authorities have not decided yet on a stiffer move like maybe a ban on the product. The company has denied the allegations, saying the stiffest of quality checks were in place. The company Nestle has also denied using MSG, saying glutamate is part of several natural ingredients. However, the word Maggi is already trending high on social media, with several on the microblogging website very critical of the findings. And let's take a look or a detailed look at how this entire controversy could affect you. Firstly, let's look at the findings of this FDA report. As we told you earlier, the lead levels are nearly 7 times the permissible limits. The MSG, which is allowed in small quantities for taste, has been found in large quantities, which again is very unhealthy. The effects of lead on children or kids: developmental delay, damages to nerves, vital organs, and severe abdominal pain. On adults, lead could lead to high blood pressure and digestive issues. It could also result in nerve disorders and muscle and joint pains. High doses of lead could also mean early memory degeneration and concentration problems. All right, for more on this story, I'm joined in by Dr. Anup Mishra, is the chairman of Fortis CDOC. He joins us from the national capital. Morning, Dr. Mishra. What do you make of this particular report? I mean, you know, since childhood, we have been hearing, and you as a doctor would be able to throw more light, that Ajinomoto is present in some quantities in, such dishes. This particular figure that has now come to light, how alarming should this be for the consumers?
I think we should be adequately concerned about this, both the things about high MSG as well as high lead levels. And it is, you've already outlined what children can have with high lead ingestion. And most alarming of all this is going to be effect on the nerves and the brain. And also, if pregnant women have this, then there will be intrauterine growth retardation and sometimes abortion. So all these are extremely disturbing effects of the high quantity of lead. And this must be curbed immediately, and public should be told that this could happen to them if they are ingesting, especially children and pregnant women.
Dr. Mishra, this is of course out of curiosity. Obviously it's a matter of concern, but I'm only assuming that this will be a matter of concern if these products and assuming that that high level of content of lead is actually present there, and MSG is consumed over a large period. Is that correct?
Yes, but you see, the problem with the heavy metals is that they accumulate in the body. So suppose you have 1 or 2 of helpings of this today, and then maybe 4 days later, and then recurrently like that, the accumulation continues, and that becomes a problem. Further on, subtle effects will come even with the low dose ingestion of these products. So where we should draw a line, we do not know, and it depends on the total levels of lead in the product, and hence any ingestion of any amount of this will be fraught with danger.
Now, Dr. Mishra, before we let you go, you're renowned for some stellar work as far as diabetes is concerned. Your institute also deals or specializes in diabetes. How does this affect patients of diabetes, the biggest concern in this country? I mean, the biggest silent killer, I would say.
Especially in adults. Now, this attacks nerves, and diabetes also attacks the nerves. And both attack abdomen also. in terms of pain and abdominal dysfunction, and sometimes other organs like kidney. So, more or less, ill effects of lead and diabetes both may be combined to produce further problems in a patient of diabetes.
Dr. Anup Mishra, many thanks for joining us at this moment. Also on this story, we are joined in by Mail Today's Neetu Chandra. She's on the phone line at this moment. Neetu, this is of course a matter of huge concern, but do take us through. Let's be fair. Let's also give Nestle, it's due right to perhaps issue a clarification. What has Nestle actually told you when you were in the process of filing this report?
Nestle has actually clarified that they do not add this MSG, monosodium glutamate, as per se, the reports say. That they have said that they do not add MSG to Maggi noodles. But they have also said that it is a natural amino acid which is found in many agricultural products. So they are claiming that it may come into it due to some other products and other ingredients that have been added to the Maggi noodles. So they have clarified it that they do not add it. But yes, certainly high contents of lead have certainly been found in it, and the lead concentration was like 17.2 parts per million, and which is almost 7 times the permissible limit. And the permissible limits for human consumption of lead should be 0.01 ppm to 2.5 ppm. And the monosodium glutamate concentration has not been clarified yet, but it is also in very high concentration, which can be very damaging to human body. And as in there is a lot of hue and cry in India regarding junk food. So many NGOs and many health firms are saying that Nestle's license should be cancelled and there should be an overall ban on Maggi.
Neetu, one thing I'm curious. That this is, of course, a big company, Nestle, so it's obviously being questioned. I mean, what about those, every roadside or neighborhood Chinese vans? I mean, they also put this ingredient. Ajinomoto is like a very, it's a heard about name. Just to add flavor and essence, you have most of these rather unregulated food joints or food vans who put this in maybe much higher quantity than what is being reported here. So, it's definitely a problem in the case of Maggi and something that needs to be addressed, which Maggi denies at this moment, as well as other brands maybe. But what about this rather unregulated sector?
Yes, actually, according to this Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, it comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. What do? They have a proper procedure called food recall. And it is just in a bid to, for ensuring food safety in India. So any product, if it is found counterfeit, adulterated, contaminated or found with any toxic material, it is generally seized and maybe from the production stage or recalled from the retail market. Though it is very difficult to trace these packets or products, they have already been sold out. But this is only at this ministry level. So now there is a lot of food outlets outside offices, nearby schools. So this is also a very big debate in India that what has to be done regarding this unregulated food outlets. And in Delhi government, this work is also being done regarding kiosks and all to maintain safety and security. So they are also, going to check the food safety in these outlets as well. But this is a very big concern also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Neetu Chandra, many thanks for getting us all the latest here on Headlines today. This is going to remain a top focus because it's not just about one iconic brand. What we are actually reporting here is the side effects or the disastrous effects of these ingredients and how it is being consumed in daily lives. And perhaps on most occasions, people do not even know what they are actually consuming. We'll stay with this particular story through the course of the day.